Welcome to the Guitar Resource Podcast, practice topics for the beginning and intermediate guitarist.
Hello. Today we'll take a look at the G chord. So far we've looked at quite a few chords, maybe 3 so far in this series, and today we'll talk about the G. So first of all, there are a couple of ways to play the G chord. I oftentimes recommend this one to beginning students. Actually, you want to know all of these. But to start with, I recommend this one because it switches pretty nicely to C and G, or C and D rather. So I have second finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and 4th finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret. And another thing I recommend to beginner students is to just try the first 4 strings if that's enough for you, and then build up. So you have 2nd finger on the 5th string and then 3rd finger on the 6th string. So another way to play this is to play with 1st finger and on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and then 2nd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and 3rd finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. And the third one I want to talk about is to move that 3rd finger from here to the 2nd string and the 4th finger on the 1st string. Okay. So all 3 of these are really good to use, and sometimes I get a question about which one should I use. And it really kind of depends on the key. So I like to use this a lot in the key of G. I like to use this a little more in key of D. And this one is really nice if you have like a C9 and a D sus4, because we don't have to move these fingers, and it also works nicely for the E minor 7. Okay, well, let's talk about this chord. Let's talk about a couple of keys we might find it in. Of course, we'll find it in the key of G as the 1 chord. We'll find it in the key of D as the 4 chord. G would be the 4 chord. And then G is the 5 chord in the key of C. So let's talk a little bit about the scale. So we'll try a scale in 2 octaves here. So if I play the major scale there in 2 octaves, kind of outlines our whole chord. So let's talk about the solfege here. So we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, and Do. So if we use that, and I'll try the octave higher as well. So Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. If we take and just look at the chord tones here, we'll see that we have Do, Mi, Sol, Do, Mi, Do. Okay. So now let's try that same thing out with the numbers, the numbering system. So we won't call this 1, we'll call this the root, but all the others will have numbers. So we have root, then 5th string open is 2, 2nd fret is 3, 3rd fret is 4. Let's go to the 4th string. Open is 5, 6, 7, so open to 4. And then 3rd string open is the root again. So let's keep going. So root, 2nd fret is 2. Then we have string 2, we have 3, 1st fret is 4, 3rd fret is 5, and then 1st string open is 6, 2nd fret is 7, and then 3 is the root again. Okay, so now if we number just these chord tones, we have, I'll go from 6th string onward. So root, 3, 5, root, 3, root. Okay. So when you see a G chord or someone asks you to play a G chord or you hear it on a recording and you're trying to play it, it's assumed, G chord, that you have the root, 3, and the 5. And really you just need 3 of those notes, and then we have those notes again in higher register. So we can make some changes to these chords. One thing that you can try to do is play this C here, then we get a sus4, and then we want to kind of mute that 5th string there. And sometimes we might even try this 6. Okay. So what I'm doing is taking this chord, and I'm putting first finger on the 2nd string 1st fret and 2nd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. So this note is the 6, and then we have the 4, and then it'd be hard to see, but with my 3rd finger, I'm touching this string, so I'm not going to sound that out. All the other notes will bury that. And then I still have my 4th finger up here. So that's something that kind of nice that you can try. And it's a little bit like playing a C chord over the G note, G bass note. So something to play around with there. And then of course you could try just doing either one of those notes too. So I'm just putting the 6 in there. So those are a couple things that you can try out. So there's the G chord. We have a couple different shapes that we can try. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a bunch of new things coming out, and also check out the YouTube, or not the YouTube, but the Facebook page and Twitter page, and you can also subscribe to our email newsletter. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great week of practice.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Guitar Resource podcast. Be sure to rate and subscribe. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.